Now let's get started with the main part. So, who am I is the question here. The Chariot and the will, wisdom, and mind. Well, you are going through some epiphanies now, or you have been for some time, but you really are aware of where you've been, where you are, and where you'd like to go. Even if you're not 100% certain, you have a clearer understanding now. And you're someone that really has their direction, even like, you feel lost, right? But you really are not lost. I mean, this is the Chariot, which shows someone who's going to somewhere specific. I mean, they're not lost. They know where they're going. Their journey is challenged, but they know where they're going. And then this card looks so much like a map, like a compass on a map with the directions. So, you're really not lost, even though I know it feels lost. You're really not. Okay, so don't worry. Trust in the process, trust in this journey, because you as a person are a very strong, intelligent, intuitive, and a person, and you're going to, and you are following your higher self. You are following your path really as it's meant to have been followed. So it just feels like it's lost, but you're not really. Okay, so here's the question: are you really lost? And you have the Page of Wands and Angel Light. Spiritual or religious community. Join with like-minded people for friendship and increased spiritual growth. So you're not really lost. The Page of Wands is someone who is an adventurer. The pages are more like the student card. So, yes, you're definitely going to have a lot more progress in your career in the future, but you're not lost. You have a sense of direction. You have also the enthusiasm and the courage. Look at those lions. To try anything, that you really want to do. Now, I know the fear is present. But you're also aware of it. And you can see the moon there in the background. And again, I got big chills. She's got that wheel around her like the compass, again, this sense of going in the right direction, and letting life take you where it's meant to. And so the angel light is saying to ask your angels for continued support, as well as any like-minded people in your circles, like friends, people you trust and are kind, that can also kind of help you out or give you a little bit of direction. But it does not look like you're lost at all, sweetie, and it's just fears that hold you back a little bit, but you're working through them right now. And it feels like you're lost, but you're not. And again, I feel like it's part of what you've chosen for yourself as a spirit, to make this process in this specific way, so that you can look back and say, wow, I was so brave, I was so strong. Why do you feel like this? Three of Swords. And the Oracle of Delphi. So, yeah, you feel like this because you feel like afraid of making a mistake. You're afraid of being stuck in something that is not serving you or not fulfilling or not happy. But you're also afraid of, ridicule or just rejection, or like someone saying, I told you so, or I can't believe you did this or messed that up, that kind of thing. And so there's a vulnerability there. But again, you are the magician. You've chosen this kind of opposition to work through. You've chosen it this way because you are very capable of really doing anything. A magician can do whatever. They have so many multi-talented, but you're going to be tested, like maybe you are now. And it's all part of this process for you. It's all part of your learning and fulfilling your, path in your life purpose is going through this process. So trust in that. And that's why it's happening, to push you. All right. This is how can you feel better? Wow, the Devil card and Rose Quartz. Love life. New or renewed romantic love is here for you. Well, what I get here is the love aspect is loving yourself and doing what you love. There's no need to pretend to be doing something that you don't love or pretend to be happy when you're not. This devil is like the devil and angel on our shoulder, that side of ourself that is telling ourselves that we can't do it, or we're, puts us in fear, puts us in all that. And also, it holds us back. And, of all people to be true to, being true to yourself is the most important. And so how you can make yourself feel better is just following your heart and feelings, doing what you love. And I understand sometimes we can't always just start doing that right away, but you can build up to it. So the way to do that is keep your current, just like keep doing something that is secure, pays your bills, and then on the side start working a little bit on what your passion is. So that's what I see there again for you. And what is it in your past that needs healing? Temperance. Oh, the Devil again. And the Muse. I get the sense that, again, there's something in you that feels that you don't want to disappoint someone. Now, it could be related to your life now. It could be related to like disappointing, a fear of disappointing like family members or so and so on. But it could also be past life related, where you didn't want to let someone down, or you let someone down and you perceived it that way, and therefore had maybe a subconscious fear that that you just can't do anything that's enjoyable or fun. It has to be something tedious or that you're not really enjoying. So it could be some subconscious stuff like that. But yeah, and the Temperance here is just about bringing healing to that. First step is recognizing it, bringing light to the situation, which I think you are because you're very conscious of the fear. Okay, and the Devil can represent fears too. They're holding you back. The Muse is what's your inspiration. So go back to your inspiration. That's where you're gonna find your passion. But that doesn't mean that it's perfectly fine to do something on the side. It doesn't have to be your full-time job, but it does seem like the healing is just in your feelings. The healing is just about your perspective of being judged or letting someone down or letting yourself down. So, yeah. And so it's connected to your feelings, but I can see there's some past life stuff going on for sure too. Um, this is what in your present that needs attention. Seven of Cups, turquoise, spiritual path. Your true beliefs are becoming clearer to you, which prompts you to make necessary life changes. Okay, so in the present, you need to pay attention to the desires of your heart, the things that are for lack of better words, like a fantasy for you right now. It's kind of like, oh, I would love to do such and such thing, but that is such a dreamer, idea. Like, that's not practical. I just can't do that. I'd be foolish to do that, or these kind of subconscious thoughts. So you still need to work on that. Okay, necessary life changes. Yeah, so I mean, I think it's like your perspective is what's going to be changing right now dramatically. And maybe not thinking like, oh, what I wanted to do isn't so foolish after all. And again, you may have to do what's necessary to make ends meet, but then you're also going to be working on growing your passions, your life purpose for work. So it's okay to do both. This, what I'm getting again. This is a spiritual, this whole thing with your career is all spiritual related. It's all connected to your spiritual growth. All right, now this is what in your future can you begin to work on now? The Eight of Cups. There's a lot of cups so far in your reading, right? Your feelings. And the Four of Scrolls, the Karmic Trench. Yes, so, okay, this is about making the transition to something else. We've got this, there's some karma attached to the work that you do right now. So, I think that, it's okay to invest in it. Your time and your energy like you're doing. I think that's okay. And there may be something in that that's going to help you with whatever you do later on too. But yeah, there's something karmic with it. So I would say, continue working on that if that's what you feel. Ultimately, you will make a transition out because this karmic debt will be paid off, and then you'll feel a lot more free to do more of what you love. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense. This is what are your hopes. The Knight of Swords and Charite. Spiritual protection. You're being watched over and protected physically, emotionally, and energetically. So, well, you hope to, clear the fears. She's half naked, so it's this sort of really, allowing yourself to be vulnerable. That's what you hope to do. And to feel like it's safe for you to do so. And the fire in the heart is so synonymous with, your passions. Following your passions, doing your passions for work. You would probably like to be somehow more independent or more maybe even self-employed too, because she's like by herself there. This is what your fears are. The Queen of Swords and birth. Well, your fears are failure, okay? And look, we see the parent with children, so maybe it's about fear of letting down a parent or family member. It could be a fear of just not having the financial abundance that you want. fear of